All right. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Come on in here, y'all. All the wishes and dreams come true. Let's see what's going on, okay? Let's see what's going on with this beautiful new moon. Yet another in Virgo, yeah? Yes, clearest energy. I don't know about y'all, but it's likely been a lot going on. A whole lot over the past, I would say honestly, a few weeks, but at least a couple of weeks since the full moon in Pisces. For sure. Because, baby, it's currently at the time of filming. We are only a couple of days out from the official date of the full moon. Actually, what is today? Sheesh. I don't even know today. This is crazy. Just here today must be my lucky day. But I told y'all, I don't even remember which video it is now. I told y'all it's been some funky, wonky energy. And, I don't know, honey, because baby, when I tell you, things have been spopping, like literally. And hey, I don't even know whether that's a good way or not so great way for you, but because for some people, this is definitely a good way. It's definitely. For others, it's been a little, I said somebody, and no, it might have been Leo reading. The Zodiac reading. I feel like it might have been Leo. Go check it out. Especially if you have heavy Leo aspects. Somebody been dealing with some funky, wonky energy. I don't even know if it was their reading, but I still been talking about that. And with this energy anyway, new and full moon energy, especially full moon, but because we are in eclipse season and welcome, it's the energy of like, wham bam thank you man, we got to get rid of any and everything that no longer serves us, especially if you've been holding on for dear life or resisting it, because I feel like that came out in the original new moon. I say the previous new moon in Virgo reading. This is, what do they call this, the blood moon? I feel like, I don't even know. That's crazy though, because looking at this fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. I gotta remember my angles, my bad, y'all. But this full moon in Aries, speaking of which, like, yeah, y'all may really be, I feel like we got even that super moon and the new moon energy, which is very potent in this particular deck anyway, right? So it's a lot going on. Before we get into it though, let me just get through the disclaimer real quick for the newbies. These are general readings, so please keep that in mind. Not all may apply to you. That's okay. Take what does. Let the rest slide. Maybe a message for someone else. We also don't get down with gender roles over here. However, you will likely hear me say he and or she in reference to masculine and or feminine energies, which we all have both within us. So please keep that in mind. You could be operating out of either or and or both. Okay, so they said at the same damn time too, but regardless, just like I said, apply where it lies, otherwise let it fly, okay? I definitely could be talking about somebody you're closely connected to, friend, family, or otherwise, because y'all, I'm telling you, ish been going down, and it ain't really had anything to do with me directly, but co-workers, associates, like just something you're witnessing, whether it's on TV or in the community, that's what I just heard, whoever, whatever, wherever, okay? So please keep that in mind. Do not force that shoe to fit if it doesn't. I am not responsible for your feet, your toes, nor your currents hurting, okay? I am big on numerology. Whether I call it out, but if and when I do, I intend for it to likely resonate with your life path number, the day and the month that you're born, potentially the house that you may want to pay particular attention to within your natal chart, or even talking about the chakra systems, okay? Could just be confirmation that you need to pay particular attention, or that the message is for you and may resonate with you, okay? All right, let me see. I think that's it. All decks are listed below for your reference if you so choose. And obviously they have been pre-shuffled, intentions set. And yeah, they're going to give us the message that we are to receive our messages. Okay. It's something about the number 2, because as we get into, I wanted to say the final deck, but whatever, there's really not necessarily a particular order. I'm honestly called to pull how I feel called to pull. But in the final deck that I actually pulled from during pre-shuffle and meditation and all that, you got 2. And it's like, you know, I have them aligned in rows per se, but it really doesn't matter. They all clarify one another. But if we're talking about rows, or even columns, excuse me, you got 2 per column, okay? All right, something about that. All right, let's see, I think that's it. Let's get a quick word of prayer before we get into this, all right? To the Most High, Heavenly and Divine, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, I come to you saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the love and support and protection. Speaking of protection, I ask that you block, bind, unwind, cut cords, simply transmute any low vibe, negative, unwanted energies and or entities coming in to try to steal, kill, and destroy and or cause any hurt, harm, or danger. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. As always, I pray that the message uplifts, enlightens, heals, strengthens, protects, nurtures, nourishes, encourages, uplifts, brings forth whatever the viewer may need, and may it play out in the lives of any and all involved for the utmost and highest good, as I know you will see fit. All these gifts of abundance I come as and give thanks yet again. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh, I just heard moving. I heard moving. I hear airplane or helicopter or whatever. Somebody may be traveling, taking flight. I feel like I said that I want to say last month. What happened last month? Did y'all travel last month? That's what's coming through real big, yeah. But I almost thought the helicopter at first was, or whatever aircraft it is, was a truck. You know, yeah, it's something loud. So you may be like literally moving house to home, or just traveling, okay? All right. Ooh, let's see. I feel like let me just go ahead and start the timers over before we get into this, because I feel like they're just gonna have me rolling, as you can see, okay? Give me 1 second. I almost don't know where to start. That's the funny part, because it's like, geez, they've been sitting here marinating for a few, like, honestly, probably about a week. I hear about a week ago. Yeah, at least that, if not longer. So this is, oh, I heard fresh start. It's almost brand new to me, right? Obviously, I saw them during pre-shuffle and meditation prior, but yeah, it's still a newness, and that's the whole point, as I was even saying previously, as far as with the eclipse energy and even full moon energy. It's generally the energy of, I was gonna say always, but generally the energy of release and removing in order to bring in the new, okay? Especially for this new moon as we're getting ready to discuss. And it's something about your abundance, because baby, I'd be darned if it didn't come out twice and in 2 different decks, and it's clarifying one another, okay? Like, I can't make it up. This is what I call the header from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Speaking of your abundance, it is the number 38, potentially being 11 with the Hunter Moon. And this always brings me fall season, right? Which is this time of year, okay? Your harvest. And then we got the Jupiter energy of abundance from the, what is this, Astro Cards Oracle. Or no, excuse me, Star Codes Astro. And it's the number 23, potentially being a 5, okay? Yeah, so something about that. Somebody may be born on the 2nd, 3rd, emphasis on the 3rd, 8th, 5th, 8th, 11th, 23rd, okay? All right. Fox, deer, or elk. What is that? Look like a raccoon. What is that down there in the corner? I heard badger, but what is that? Look like some kind of monkey though. Oh, that's a boar. That's a boar. But I'm even getting I heard Rafiki. That may be something for somebody. But I heard, what is Puma? Is it Puma? Puma is the boar. Simba. I'm not Simba. Listen. What is the little hood? What is his name? Oh, he is so silly too. God, I can't think of it. Anyway, y'all know that's what I'm getting. Lion King seal for me to even say simple. But I'm getting them. Timon and Pumbaa. Timon. Yeah. Timon. Yeah. The squirrel still. I even see cardinal. Okay. There may be spirit guide totals for y'all. Somebody may be eating or even working with the energy of pumpkin. Is that shrimp? I see fish. Oh, that may be the peel. The peel of an orange or even tangerine is what I was getting. Peach. Grapes. Somebody may want to work with that wine. What does that say on that? Wine bottle. I can't read it. Serota? Serota? Eurota. Maybe it's Europe. Europa. Yeah, I think it's Europa. EUROPA. Maybe somebody's initials. That may be a brand of wine that you want or to get, or I don't know. Anyway, let's dive on in. So we just saw number 38 in abundance, okay, with the Hunter Moon. And then we have the number 28. They're highlighting the difference between 28 and 38, which is a 10. Some cycle is done, need to be over with so you can come into the new, right? This is waning crescent 5 and peace. That 5 is the energy of movement, journey, transformation. It never fails. And as I'm clearing my throat, and speaking of the number 5, talking about that 5th chakra, your throat chakra, it never fails. Anytime I start, I always let me clear my throat. Somebody may be finding the need to do that. Speak up, right? As we got communication is key here with this new moon in Gemini. Coming up under your abundance, speak what you want into existence. We talked about that co-creation energy, right? And it's not the new moon in Virgo, but it's Gemini, and hey, still new moon energy. So work with that. Gemini is third house of communication. Said it was an emphasis on 3. That may be in your third house. You may want to see what other signs, Aries, any of the other signs I call, can be coming out through your third house. Even Jupiter, any of the planets that we talk about, the moon especially, okay? Then we have number 44, which is powerful, mastery, solid, grounded, earth energy, okay? And attraction, like I said, speak what you want into existence, and it shall be attracted unto you. Because even with this abundance and this even fall, like harvest type of energy is bringing me the Empress energy, Libra and or Taurus. Even for me to talk about the throat chakra, Taurus rules the throat chakra. So that may be a sign. Or, oh yeah, definitely, because we got Taurus right here with the number 2. And Taurus is second house, generally rules second house with cultivate. So that's what I'm saying. What is it that you want to create? Work with spirit. What is it that you're trying to grow? Whether within you or even we've been on this garden kick. I feel like many of us, shouts out to my fellow gardeners, whether you're newbie in the game or a veteran, it don't matter. Welcome. You know what I mean? Like, do that, because it's metaphorical or even symbolic. If you have, whether you have a literal garden or even just talking about gardening yourself, like I feel like we were talking about that. I don't remember if it was the previous new moon in Virgo video or the full moon, but it all overlaps and works in tandem. So it's like, weed out what you don't need. Maybe it was even that healing restoration. Go check that out. Okay? Yeah. But yeah, so definitely Taurus energy and even Libra energy. As I said, the abundance, the harvest moon, or excuse me, Hunter moon. Look, I want to say harvest moon. Hey, whatever. That's generally during fall Libra season, you know, the breaking of that I feel like is and as I'm saying that, we are technically still in Virgo season, right, at the time of filming, but we will be within, actually by the time this new moon, we'll be entering Libra season. So, hey, that definitely may be something, okay? All right. But then we have bottom of the deck. Let's go ahead and look at this for the Queen of the Moon. We have the beautiful 13 and waxing gibbous. Oh, and that's the super moon. My bad. That's what they had me draw my eye back to this. That is the super moon. And I said we got that last, I want to say last week again. Something that happened last week, last month, whatever. But that's what we got out of, I want to say the Moonology Oracle was a new moon and the super moon energies, which are the most potent to me in this particular deck. And it's coming out again, and especially with this mastery number 44, and I'm seeing orbs, y'all. So that is confirmation for somebody, and that's powerful. It was something I was talking about. It's like, but we do still have a lot of new moon energy, even though it ain't particularly Virgo just yet that I see. I see new moon Gemini, new moon Cancer. It's a lot of new moon energy. New moon, what is this over here? Oh, we do. New moon Virgo, look. Trust that all of you will be well. Okay. Yeah, we sure do have it. We're going to get to it though. So definitely confirmation. And I was speaking heavily on, they just be having me going, boy, golly. I was speaking heavily on this Virgo Pisces axis, and we got new moon in Virgo, full moon in Pisces here, y'all. And these two came, and that's my right shoulder, that is it. And these two came out in tandem. I told y'all when we got to the what is this called? Moonology manifestation, that came out in twos in tandem, right? So new moon in Virgo, trust all will be well, and full moon in Pisces, forgive. Forgive and let go so that your new moon can come in, okay? So it can flow. But then we also got a full moon in Gemini, so we got new and full moon in Gemini out here. And then speaking of those, highlighting those polarities, and here go that Libra energy, new moon in Libra. Know that you are loved. We don't get to it though, okay? Yeah. I see quite a bit of Cancer energy and Gemini energy. So somebody may have that heavy. Gemini. I heard third time's a charm. That's like 3 Geminian energies thus far. Third time's a charm. I said it's something big about the number 3 anyway. Okay, so getting back to the bottom of the deck of the Queen of the Moon, we got the number 13 in Wheel. And this is waxing, give it a sport. I'm telling you, it will be solid. This attraction, whatever you try to look, whatever you're trying to bring forth, it will be solid. It fell on this next column that we're gonna get into, but it's bringing me to this Scorpionic energy, number 8, which Scorpio does rule 8th house. Okay, it says investigate. What you need to investigate yourself. And Scorpionic energy is that transformative energy, okay? What you releasing and letting go, and what are you calling for? What are you cultivating with this Taurus energy? But yeah, and I always get with this 13, by the way, is again Scorpionic energy. That's why that fell on me, because that's that transformative energy. But like, have the will to set yourself free, right? To free yourself from ego and any low vibrational energy that could have been blocking you and blocking your manifestation, and remove that mask. Please and thank you, you know? Work with the moon cycles too. That's somebody's power. That's how you, it's my right shoulder again. Yeah, that's powerful for somebody, okay? And then, ooh, pleasure coming back out again with Wayne Gibbons too, and the number 18, speaking of that moon energy. Come through. Come on, I'm telling you, work with that moon cycle. Y'all can't make this up. And 18 is potential number 9, which signifies a nearing completion or wrapping up of that cycle, which they were going back to that 10 that I got the difference between 28 and 38. Do something with it. Work with it. Work with the energy so they benefit you. Look, have a little faith in me. It's 31, y'all. It's the reciprocating energy of this 13. Yeah. Yeah. Reciprocating mirror, whatever you want to have, you want to look at that. And worm moon. Look to see when the worm moon is. Okay. And this is that Empress energy for me, by the way. You see, she ready to birth a whole new world. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. Ain't nobody there to tell you, only you can resist. That's what they said. They said only you can resist yourself. I was trying to say only you cause the resistance in your life. Create the resistance, if you will. But maybe somebody can't resist you, beautiful. That is what you are. What do you say? Beautiful. Dang, I forget the song. For real. Ain't that for real? I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. Another number 4. Y'all might start seeing repetitions of 4. 44, 444, 44, 44. I feel like I said that last time. And then we end up with the masculine and lunar god. I'm telling you, work with the moon. That moon energy. Goodness. And bring in this manifestation. Because look at this. This is a full moon. Can y'all see that? That's a full moon in here. Yeah. Release, rinse, and repeat. That's what I heard. Release, rinse, and repeat. And that's generally my R with the Empress energy. I ain't said it in so long. What I say? Rest, rejuvenate. No, release, rest, rejuvenate, repeat. Right? However they go. This is number 6. All kinds of balance potential. Somebody may be 42 years young. Any of the 38. Let's not point it here. I'm not 38. 31, 38, 28, 44. Somebody may have a 13, 18-year-old. Okay. Somebody could even have any of these ages year olds. Right? Because I could have some who are up in age. That's my that was my phone. Alright? But I'm telling you, that's this masculine and feminine energy coming together. Balance, union, harmony. If it's the relationship you want, so shall it be. They want to pleasure and treasure you. And this is a number 2, by the way. What is it? Wait and give us 2. Yeah. 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 This song is good. I don't know. Anyway, we saw the new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. Please don't forget that. Speak up. Let me clear my throat. Speak up. Do not be afraid to do so. Okay? Because that's crazy how these above are. You know, this is up under the Taurus energy. Remember I said Taurus throat chakra. That comes up under this communication is key. So you're going to work with it to cultivate. Okay? Work with your throat chakra. Do what you need to do to heal and cleanse your throat chakra. Maybe even eating these particular fruits. Or, are there any vegetables? Fruits? I think that's all fruit. Yeah, I think that's all fruit. Yep. Anyways, or even vegetables, whatever. Herbs, whatever you need. Whatever you like. Okay. And then, remember we saw fiery climax approaches. And I feel like you just going to be coming into such an abundance of peace. So like I said that last time. That's powerful to manifest because, baby, ain't nothing like it. You can't put a price tag on it either. Right. Aries energy. And then that is what's transforming potentially. You balance. Because she's protected in this peace. Right? That's what's transforming. Your heart, your mind. She is so at peace. Balanced. Protected in her own little bubble. Alright. Because I'm hearing somebody may need to be investigating what you could have allowed to steal your peace, okay? Or like what was challenging, because even with this waning gibbous, listen, I'm talking about waning gibbous, waning crescent 5 in the piece, it could have been something challenging that's really was disturbing the piece, because I'm also even getting a little bit energy of somebody could have been just juggling or doing too much, you know what I'm saying? Not really. Even if you tried to meditate, something was like distracting or disturbing that. So, and with this Aries and Scorpionic energy, that is to me is bringing a lot of fiery. It's like I'm getting a lot of Mars energy. So, you know, that can be fiery, hot, like real quick. I heard quick temper. Somebody may have been easily angered and you really had to work with, you know, like just not letting anything bother you or disturb you. Because I'm telling you, this funky wonky energy that's been going on since this full moon, and y'all, I be saying with the new and full moon energies that can affect you 2 weeks prior to 2 weeks past. So it all really coincides and runs together. But it's been, especially this week, man, talking about people just been, what they say? I was about to say spazzing out, but people just been crashing out. Telling you, like, I be like, I just be driving like, what the heck? You know? I don't know, my little kids be, what the heck? Because, you know, they be on the verge of cussing, but they don't be, you know they can't be saying them words, right? So, what the heck? And I find myself saying it be so funny. Anyway, but that's the adjustments that are needed because, baby, I said, some people are not really going to know how to handle it. And I was getting ready to say they're really going to spaz out. Like, they're not going to really know what to do. I know what to do. Okay. But then, especially though, in order to bring forth this abundance, as I said, and look, with this Jupiter energy and solar flares, it's going to be hot like fire. So, hey, you're gonna have to kind of calm it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Balance that energy. Be aligned to how the solar flares are. Be aligned, okay? Ooh, that's confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. And then we got the 23 in Jupiter and the 17 in solar flares. 23 potentially being another 5, and then 17 potentially being another 8. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. All right, real quick, let's run through the bottom of the deck, bottom of both of these decks, and then I need to check the time. Again, we got, that was my right pinky, or excuse me, left pinky. We got new moon in Cancer, okay? You and your loved ones are safe. This always, because I was getting ready to sing the beautiful, I heard the beautiful Cleo Soul. Where's that one at? It always reminds me of this one. Know that you're loved in the MOONOLOGY manifestation. But that's a beautiful song. Know that you are loved. Even if you don't love yourself. That's a powerful mantra and message and affirmation to just listen to, okay? Sing it to yourself in the mirror, honey. For real, that's a way of manifesting. Anyway, beautiful Cancerian energy, which also talks about the mothering and nurturing energy in house and home, by the way. Okay? Somebody may be a Gemini, Cancer, cusper. Honestly, Gemini, Taurus, Gemini, or even Gemini, Cancer, cusper. Okay? Or you have it heavily aspected in your chart. And then what I say about letting ego go. Don't let pride get in your way. With this full moon in Leo. Yeah. Yep. Because, hey, I'm telling you, it's about to get heated. This is all fire. I know Scorpio is a water sign, but still, with that sting of a scorpion, it brings me fire as well. So somebody may have that fire water aspect. I mean, obviously, you could have Aries, Scorpio, you know what I'm saying, or Leo, as we got to put this over this column. Leo, Scorpio, okay? Aries, Leo, or Scorpio heavily aspected. But I'm telling you, that ego, the temper, that got to pipe down. Pipe down. Don't let that get you. Don't let that get you in any kind of trouble. Don't let that block you from your blessing. Okay. Look, you were good enough. Here goes that full one in Virgo again. God, trust that all is well. Okay. You got it, baby. You are good enough. You are good. You are more than a woman to me. Yeah, y'all know I'm still gonna try to sing and get it to you, even if my voice is raspy. Somebody may have a little raspy voice. That's all right. It's still sexy to somebody. And here go more fire, full moon and sage. Look at the bigger picture. I feel like I told y'all that in the last video, though. The full moon video. Something about stepping back, getting a bigger perspective. Maybe it was one of the zodiacs. Check them out. Check them out if you haven't. All right. That's the adjustment. You probably got to step back, like, instead of being so close, they say closely involved. You may have to step back because that ain't your fight. That ain't your battle. Whatever that is, I'm telling you, somebody's doing too much. Somebody's doing too much. And that's disturbing your peace. And you ain't able to focus on yourself and really heal or attract, right? Or do whatever you need to do, you know, to bring in your manifestation. So it's like, hey, bag. Give them 50 feet. Let them handle it, you know? And even if it does have something to do with you, back. Like, take a time out. Like, let it settle. I heard let the dust settle. Yeah, let it settle. It'll be all right. All is well. I don't care how it seems. Because with all this energy and these planets in retrograde and doing all this stuff in the background, it's like, you gotta let it do what it's gonna do. It's gonna be what it's gonna be no matter what you do anyway, really, you know? So you may not, because I heard too many hands in the cookie jar, too many people stirring the pot, something like that. Okay. Definitely may have something to do with a relationship, and this is coming up again. Yeah, I feel like this came out in the original, I keep wanting to say original, in the previous New Moon Virgo video. The number 45, another number 9 potentially. Somebody may be 45 years young. I feel like we got pretty much all the numbers out here, right? Right. We definitely do. Okay. That's what somebody wanted to bring into, you want to cultivate this relationship. Could be with a Geminian or a Taurian. Could be something about that. See, those signs, maybe something about those seasons, and those signs may be transiting through your 7th house, 3rd house, 5th house, or your, well, I need to say that, definitely 5th house for somebody. But honestly, yeah, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or in the 5th houses, or 7th house. Okay, Libra. 7th, Libra is the house, and it's the house. I got so excited, somebody ain't gonna know what to say. Libra is generally ruler of 7th house, and it is the house of a relationship, as the card says. Okay. Alright. And it's crazy that I told y'all this hunter moon and fall, harvest, and all of that brings me that Libra energy. So, anyways. Ooh, again, this is confirmation. Because I said somebody's vision is changing and shifting for real. See where Neptune is transiting through the number 26, potentially being yet another 8. You may start to get as powerful as I'm about to put this over the 8 in Scorpio. So y'all may start seeing repetitions of 8. Okay? You definitely can add somebody born on the 26 potentially. And then, I can't make this up. Come through, Spirit. Y'all just, I swear, it ain't surprising. I meant to say that in the intro. It's not surprising that there's going to be overlap. I said what I said. The energies affect us, especially with new and full moons, can potentially up to 2 weeks prior to 2 weeks past. So it's no coincidence that we're having repeat. This Neptune vision came out. This conjunction and alliance came out. Whether it came out on the table or as a bottom of the deck energy. What else we done seen already? The abundance, the supermoon energy, and all this new and full moon energy, which is just saying that yes, this is what it is. It's confirming. So hope y'all come together right now. Y'all gonna be going south, flying south for the winter. Somebody may be traveling. I said somebody traveling from the get-go, right? That may be where you going. Okay, all right then. Juno in partnership. Boy. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I love that y'all do that. Another number 31. Where do we see the original 30? Under here. Faith. Have faith that this relationship is going to come together and work out as it's supposed to. You see that? Yeah. Just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. I love when they do that. Goodness. If there's a will, there's a way. If this is what you desire, so shall it be. Remember, you got to speak it into existence. And I love these beautiful birds. Parrots. Maybe a spirit guide told them. Yeah, it's gorgeous. All right, let me get this clock, the time, the camera. So I'm trying to be seen over here. We're going to get to y'all. What is it? Breathe through the potential. Full moon Scorpio. This came out last time. Oh my God. And that's crazy because it's the final bottom of the deck. You know what I'm saying? That I generally go through. Oh my God. Another confirmation from last time. My goodness. I'm saying, come on, get it. Hold on, y'all. Now listen. I'm telling y'all, I told y'all it's been some funky, wonky energy because I don't even know when. Like, when I looked up, I saw that the camera, Jesus, I saw that the camera that has the angle of the table was kind of cockeyed, right? But I don't know when it even shifted. And I hope y'all saw that. I'll be so deep in channeling, I don't really be paying attention to a whole lot of other stuff going on, but my God. And then y'all just heard and saw it. Well, I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Probably on this camera. The freaking light just fell. And like, hey, something shifting. And there's a lot going on. Okay? So don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. I'm trying to tell you. Excuse me. That's confirmation. I'm trying to tell you. All right, let's see. Let's get into the MOONOLOGY manifestation. Since that's really the bottom of the deck, really trying to speak. And the first two that came out together are the last quarter moon in Cancer. Look, take a breather. Then they say breathe through the tension just before I change the camera. And new moon in Libra, know that you're in love. So somebody may be having some, with all this Cancerian energy, Somebody may be having some family drama or issues or whatever, and that may be what you're releasing. Thank you. I'm right there with you. Real talk. Real talk. Because you want the balance. And they say you and your loved ones are safe. So it's okay. That may be what you need to step, and who you need to step back from. Real talk. Real talk. They'll be alright. And so will you. It's for the better. Because if anything is disturbing your peace, I don't care who it is or what it is. Let that ish ride. Like, for what? Why continue to jump with that if it's stressful? I don't care who you are. Mama, daddy, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, grandmama, granddaddy, whoever. No. It says, embrace the flow of life, full moon in Gemini, and first quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being. As I said, like I said too, roll with the tides. Energy, it will subside. That's what I'm hearing. Ooh, that's my right shoulder. Confirmation. The sun will always come out again. Don't worry about what the storm is looking like or feeling like. You are safe and you are protected. It will be all right. It will be all right. It will be all right. When I make it to the city, it will be all right. One of these mornings, it won't be very long. You're gonna look for me, and I will be gone. I'm going up to glory. That's where I'm gonna sing and shout. There'll be nobody there that's able to put me out. And y'all, I just feel like that's just the new world with that faith. And I don't want to dig it out the bottom of the deck again. That 31 and faith energy that you're cultivating, the new, the peaceful world that you're creating, man, hey, that's what, hey, ain't nobody, that's glory. It ain't necessarily that you got to be gone on, because we ain't gonna get on that tangent. But it's funny because I was just talking about that today. But like the old school traditional beliefs of heaven in the sky, or I mean, it still may be that, right? But you still can have heaven on earth and create that as well. And that's just all in your mind, right? The peace and the balance within, the alignment. You know? Like, so that's what I feel like, glory and the heaven, and you know what I'm saying? That's what they're talking about. So, as I said before, with this trust all be well, full moon in Virgo, and the full moon, new moon in Virgo, and the full moon in Pisces, forgive. Maybe that's what you need to do. Like I said, especially if you have had to distance yourself or separate yourself from whoever these, whoever, whatever. I was gonna say whoever these people are, but whether it's family, co-workers, friends, whoever was disturbing your peace, honey, don't feel bad. Like they said, that's ego. That's ego that tries to hold on to anything low vibrational, keep you in a lower vibrational state, keep you from your higher self and being in alignment and cultivating with the divine. That's ego that keeps you from doing it. That's ego that's going to resist the new, right? Because speaking of even the geese, the alliance conjunction and the alliance flying south for the winter, y'all, I feel like I said it even in the last video, the full moon or new moon, whenever it came out, that maybe was keeping you stuck, is that you are too much in your south node, which is the karmic energy, if you will, familiar, things that you've already done time and time again, maybe even lifetimes over, that you need to let it go, It's no longer serving you. Not that it's bad necessarily, it ain't gotta be nothing even bad or that negative necessarily, or even that toxic necessarily. It's no longer beneficial for your growth, for your evolution. Okay, that's really what that means. Okay, it means you're no good anymore. All right, but it don't gotta be bad. It's all in your perspective, right? That's what the sage energy full moon said, to take us, look at the bigger picture. All right. So bottom of the deck, because look, with this first quarter moon in Aries, you coming into power. It's already in you. I feel like it's going to be revealed, because I feel like I said that even last time, as far as it's something in you that's going to be, that was hidden, that maybe even was blocked because you were speaking of that karmic energy or low vibrational energy or even ego. You were programmed and living out of that for so long. You weren't really in your true, authentic, that's my right shoulder, That's what it is. You weren't living in your truth. You weren't in your full authentic power. And you weren't expressing that. As I'm about to put this over, communication is key. Oh my goodness. Okay. Be bold, that's what I was about to say. And look, I can't make this up. They say, let your fears decide. I can't make it up. For another Cancer, that's 3 with Cancer, right? Right? I feel like anyway, y'all can go back and count if you really desire, but either way, it's heavy on the Cancer and Gemini energy up in this piece. So definitely they have something to do with your house and home. And even speaking of, I tell y'all all the time, your first house and home, that's my right shoulder again. Your first house and home is your heart, your body, you know, your vessel. So you got to be at peace and aligned. Forget anything else, to be real, like, because your energy can't be in anything else if you're chaotic within. You're just gonna manifest that, you know. And fear is just false evidence appearing real, and that is ego as well. Look, told y'all, don't let pride get in your way. First quarter, that's funny because this is first quarter moon in Leo, and that was what, full moon in Leo with the pride. Don't let pride get in your way. But it's telling you be humble. It's the polarities up there, right? Sit down, meditate. That's the adjustment that needs to. I feel like I said that needs to be had. Get out of ego and temper yourself. Okay, pipe down. And what they say, breathe through the tension. All right. Another full moon energy. Scorpio showed up pretty big too. With all the 13s and even the Scorpionic energy down here with the investigate. I say all these 13s. I feel like we only had one 13, but yet still. Okay. All the 8s. 8s for me are generally Leo energy, you know, signifying August, if you will. Leo season. It's generally the number for me for Leo. But it's also that, like, 8th house is Scorpionic energy, as I said, but it's also like the karmic energy. You know what I mean? What goes up must come down. The things you do comes back around. I know, 'cause I found what goes up. Yes, it does. Must come down. Okay. Now we need to see that. Ooh, fairy dust. Somebody's sprinkling their little fairy dust. Go ahead then. All right, so finishing up with the wisdom of the oracle. This is what came out for you during pre-shuffle. And we have another number 8 potentially. 62 in the turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. And as I was saying, the adjustments that need to be required or need to be had that are required, or you just calming down, being at peace. This is powerful because it is centered and it's 10 potentially with the 28. That needs to be done. That needs to be that fiery, egotistical, I shouldn't just say, but that's what I'm getting. I told you that Mars, this in the center, that's what needs to be tempered, if you will. Speaking of sage and the balance therein. Okay. All right. Of course, the turtle spirit may be an animal totem for some. And I'm drawn to, oh, that's beautiful. It's a lot on this turtle's back. And I feel like the turtle shell, turtle in a half shell, turtle power. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, maybe somebody's, what do you call that? Spirit, like, you may have grown up with that, watching that, and that may be like your spirit guide energy. You know what I mean? What is that called? I can't even think of it now. But yeah, maybe where you get some of your powers from. You know what I'm saying? You may have characteristics of them. But they also say that the turtle shell in and of itself is kind of like our hand or palm or even fingerprint. They tell the story of whether ancestry or even past lives lived, right? But there's so much in it, potentially. And I'm drawn to the heart. I hope y'all can see that. It's at the center. That's the center of it all. That's what needs to, some of y'all really need to slow your heart rate. Like, you really need to calm yourself. And for it to be center of your chakra systems, essentially, that's what needs to be balanced for it to be the fourth chakra. That's what you need to find. I said y'all gonna be seeing repetitions of 4. So hey, focus on that. Yeah. So that you ain't creating any kind of blockages, any like literal, you know, heart disease, high blood pressure, any kind of stress, anguish, any of that. All right. Let me sit you up here. Okay. Beautiful. And then bottom of the deck now is a lucky time with Rabbit Spirit. Did I start off saying today gonna be my lucky day? It's another number 4, y'all. 49, potentially being a 13 and a 4. That's another 13. I was predicting that, right? That's beautiful. It's fertile. It's fertile. Somebody may be fertile, man. Be careful, because even speaking of that Empress energy, that is, and we saw faith. Somebody may be getting pregnant or find out they expecting. Okay, whether it's literal or like a figurative, like a new project, new business, new creation in general, whether it's like artistic or sound. I'm hearing music. Yeah. Especially with this voice and speaking and all that. Yeah. What is it? Can y'all see it? Read it to me. For real. Reclaim your power in the path that's... Oh my God. Look at this. Y'all see them numbers? I told y'all. Let's take a screenshot. I hope y'all can see it. I hope it's in screen. 44. That's what you attract. And that's when you're at peace, nobody can steal that. Nobody can buy that. Nobody can take that from you. And I was going to show y'all, because look, what they tell you at the bottom of the manifestation. Step into your power. Reclaim your power. How many times I got to tell you? Hungry and lurking. That's what's been in the dark. And I said that. It's been hidden. Somebody ain't being true and authentic to themselves because you've been too distracted by other shiznai that really don't pay you no mind and don't matter. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a lot of that's 444 right here. Oh my. Come on. I can't make it up. It says truth transcends illusion, and it's the number 22. Another mastermind. They just want you to be real and authentic. Be who you are. Be who you are. Beautiful dragon fire. Love that. I love that. Blue, going back to that throat chakra. And then this orange, going back to the sacral chakra, which is what Scorpio rules. So somebody might need to do that sexual healing. Sacral chakra is the second chakra, by the way. Oh, mind you, this 22 is another 4. Potentially. Okay? I know we don't typically reduce massive numbers, but it's still a 4. Okay? And finally, come on, Leo. That's third time for Leo. Be generous of spirit, number 37, yet another 10. And or 1. What more y'all want? I'm done. We done here. I feel like that's plain and simple. I hope you got it. I really do. What goes up must come down. So I'm trying to be singing the things. Oh my God. They never cease to amaze me. And it's the 21, done died, just like the 10s. I hope you got it. Beautiful dove spirit. I hope y'all got it. Like I was just saying, ain't know what else needs to be said. That's the message. Be peace, be at peace. That's twice. It's confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. I love you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what it is. That's where I'm going to leave it. Enough said. I pray that it resonates. If it does, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimony down below. You never know how this may help someone grow, especially in including yourself. So I hope and pray that's what you're here for. Otherwise, what you're doing with your life. Okay. Whether or not someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for doing so. I truly appreciate you. if you made it this far, I want you to put some pumpkins. Put some pumpkins in the chat. Signifying your harvest. You can even put the peace symbol, whether the fingers or the circle. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Just do that. Be that. Embody that. Embrace that. Caress that. Nourish that. Love. I'm telling you, get in the mirror. Get in the mirror. Sing. Know that you're loved. Okay? Listen to it. I don't care if you feel like you can't sing, because they want you to express yourself. Really. Okay? Really and fully and truly. Alright, y'all. That's it. That's all. To the next one, please be easy and be at peace. Love yourself. Okay? Like no one else will, because they won't. Not like you can. Don't forget your love and light. It truly makes everything alright. This is